It's Sunday, and you know what that means? Well, it's actually Saturday when I'm recording this, but it's Sunday. You know what that means? Another episode of Jerry App coming out right now. We have number 33, mainline episode number 33, and today we have a very interesting game. One that was actually, I was obsessed with this game for about a week, and then I kind of just stopped playing it altogether because I kind of got obsessed with this another game that I'll talk about a little later during the game report section. But yeah, we're talking Roboquest, which originally came out November 7th, 2023. So it's a little under 2 years old, which is kind of surprising. I feel like I've scrolled past this game so many times on Xbox Game Pass or PC Game Pass, whatever it is. It's on Steam. I know it's not on PlayStation yet, but it's coming this year, I believe. And it's very misleading. You see the title for this game, you see Roboquest, you see the artwork. It really does not look or appear exactly like a boomer shooter, and that's kind of what it is. It's like a roguelike boomer shooter, which is basically just like a fast-paced combat, arenas, loads of enemies to take them out. Super, super fun. But yeah, this game, when you scroll past it, it does not look like what it's it doesn't scream what it advertises as, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? The name Roboquest, it's kind of gay. It doesn't give that huge, incentive of fast-paced FPS, blowing shit up, killing a bunch of enemies that, something like Doom would. But it's had overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, and I've seen it so many times, and I finally decided to pull the trigger on it because I have PC Game Pass, because I'm paying Bill Gates like a stupid moron. I mostly just have it for Call of Duty, but I've been meaning to cancel it because I don't even really play that anymore. So what exactly is Roboquest? Roboquest is basically, it's a roguelite. I think it's called specifically a roguelite. I don't really know the difference, but it has rogue elements where, you start a run, and each run is kind of different. Each run you get different upgrades and abilities and perks. You can even choose a different class at the start, but you kind of have to unlock them. I'm missing one of them that I can't remember what it is, but I'll talk about my favorite classes in a moment. But yeah, you basically go through maps, kill a bunch of enemies, earn XP for it. You want to kill them all. You can run past them. You can run past a lot of them, but you'd want to kill them because you earn XP, which gives you level ups and gets you different perks and abilities, which is very, very important to your runs, obviously, because you want to get stronger and stronger. And also, every time you level up, you get additional health points as well. So you spawn in, you get a weapon box that you can upgrade eventually through the workshop or whatever it's called. And yeah, you basically just keep progressing through arenas, and then you get to choose your own path at certain points of the game. But that's basically all this game is there's multiple arenas where you clear rooms and rooms of these robots, right? And then there's breaks in the action where you can upgrade your weapons, you can get more health points, re-roll the box again for different weapons. There's all sorts of robot companions that help you with that. You have to unlock through the workshop with these wrenches. You get wrenches just by playing the game, and then that's what buys you perma upgrades in the base camp or whatever. Very, very cool. It really makes you want to replay it again and again and again to, get all the upgrades. And every time you get upgraded, your run obviously goes a little bit better each time because you keep getting stronger and stronger. And I don't know, man, it was a very, very addicting game loop for a week, I said. If I had to compare it to anything gunplay-wise, just from shooting, it's got to be most like the Doom games, Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, with the quick switching mechanic, because that's basically what I utilized. I don't know if it's intended or if it's just something I learned from playing the other games, but yeah, just having two weapons that kind of synergize with each other, maybe one for close range, maybe one for long range, is just optimal, and then swapping between them. They reload in your pocket too, so you can put it away with no ammo, use your other gun, and then usually by the time you need to reload that weapon, you can swap back and it'll be fully reloaded. And there's even a perk that increases your pocket reload by 150%, so you can just keep dumping clips and swapping weapons. And I think it's intended, to be honest. I really do think it's intended. The devs wanted you to just switch weapons a lot and on the fly, because a lot of enemies that you kill will drop weapons too, so you're constantly cycling out weapons. I've rarely found myself holding on to a certain weapon, unless it was one I really, really like the Gauss cannon or the Gauss gun, whatever it is, the sniper rifle Gauss gun was one of my favorites. I always held on to that thing and upgraded it. But the thing is you can't really upgrade two weapons in a run. You can't really hold on to two all game and then continue to upgrade them, because you need these things called power cells, right? And they're kind of rare. You don't come across them that often. There's these purple rooms on the map that you go in, and they're like loot rooms. You have to do like a little platforming puzzle, right? And then once you get through the platforming puzzle, you get a chest at the end with a couple different weapon options or power cells. But yeah, the power cells, they're kind of rare. They're not that great, or they're not that common, rather. You spend these power cells on your weapon upgrades and like your weapon rarity. There's a rarity system, kind of like in COD Zombies nowadays, where if you upgrade your weapon's rarity, it comes with a new affix. And affixes are basically just weapon perks. They're different from weapon levels, which is basically just like raw damage increase. But yeah, you usually had enough power cells to grab whatever perks you wanted and to upgrade one weapon of choice, I would say. And then you just had to keep cycling out the other one because it got too weak as you went on. And I'll say now, I've only played this game on hard mode. I have yet to beat it. I've made it to the moon stage. I do want to keep trying to beat it eventually. Maybe I'll lower the difficulty and just play it through eventually. But I've beaten Doom on fucking Nightmare. I've beaten Doom Eternal on Nightmare. I haven't beaten him on Ultra Nightmare. That's a little too hard for me. The permadeath is fucking very punishing. But yeah, I didn't want to give these robots, an easier normal mode. I wanted to be on the hard mode because that's just the hardcore gamer I am, man. No, but seriously, if you're new to mouse and key games, like if you're new to mouse and keyboard, you can play this game on controller, I'm pretty sure as well. But if you want to learn mouse and keyboard, definitely play like the Doom games or this game, Roboquest. I would honestly highly recommend Roboquest. It's funny, I actually used to start my gaming sessions with Roboquest. I would literally play one run on Roboquest and then go play whatever else I'm playing. I'm playing Deadlock right now, by the way, and I've been enjoying it so much. But yeah, I've been playing Roboquest for like one run a day, or one run per gaming session I would do, and it was very enjoyable that way. I don't know. And it helped me warm up for the day of gaming ahead. Went off topic a little bit there, but yes, if you're trying to learn mouse and key, I would recommend Roboquest. It's fast paced. It's not super fast paced, but you can definitely get the hang of just using the hardware at that point. And like each robot has a critical spot, right, and normal damage spots, so you can really focus on just hitting the crit spots and then just moving on, right? I don't know, man. I feel like it'd be very good for learning to use new peripherals on it. There's also bosses in Roboquest, which honestly, for the first couple times, they were pretty fun. I did the Billy Boom boss. He's like a giant bomb. I died to him the first time because I didn't realize he has an off switch. You have to like switch on his back. Once you get Billy Boom, or I think that's what he's called, down to like a quarter health, it goes do not explode or do not damage it, and I don't know, I thought it was just baiting me. I thought if I didn't do enough damage to it, it was gonna fucking kill me anyway, so I just kept damaging it, and then I got punished because it blows up the world or whatever. But yeah, once you get him down to a quarter health, he like falls over. You have to flip a switch on his back and then you can kill him, which I learned the hard way, man. I definitely learned that the hard way. But besides him, yeah, that's really it, man. None of the bosses that I played against really had other unique mechanics. It was basically just like a boss in any other game. They have a certain move set that once you memorize it, you can dodge it, and it becomes very simple and straightforward to do that. And depending on what class you are, you can just negate a bunch of his damage. I guess I'll talk about the classes right now, and I'll talk about which ones I liked more than others. So we start off with Guardian. Guardian is the default class. Each class has basically an ultimate ability and then like a certain different melee move, right? The Guardian's is a little stim bubble he gets around him that makes him invulnerable from all damage. And the way the perks work as well is you get a bunch of perks that suits your class's specific ultimate, and then their melee secondary or whatever, right? So a lot of classes do share like common perks, but then there's just different specific ones for each class as well. The Guardian, I used a bunch, obviously, because he was the first one you get, so you have to use him a bunch to unlock the other ones. I didn't mind the Guardian, but once I got more into the other characters, I just didn't really use him that much. There's the Commando, the orange guy. He basically just gets a giant missile in place of the shield that the Guardian gets, and then his melee turns into a shotgun. He was okay. I didn't really use him that much. There's the Ranger. This was one of my mains. I used the Ranger a bunch. His ultimate was stealth. It's really, really useful because you could use the stealth to just reposition on the battlefield. And then it also leaves a clone behind that the enemies will shoot. And you can even do crazy things with the perks on this character, which is why I loved him. But this is the reason I loved the Ranger the most was because of the Javelin he has. His melee gets replaced with the Javelin, which did a lot of damage. And you can even get perks to use to make it have like marking capabilities. I guess I'll mention marking in this game. Marking in this game is kind of like Discord from Overwatch, if you know what that is. Zenyatta, he has it's like a damage amplifier, right? So enemies that get marked, they take more damage. On this class, you were able to use the javelin to like snipe people from so far away and mark them, and then use like a sniper as your secondary to, you know, take them down with extra damage. I don't know, man. I just felt like the Ranger, among a lot of the other ones, just had a lot of like versatility with it. Like there's a lot of different builds you could do with the Ranger, and I don't know, I just really liked it. I thought the stealth was cool. The stealth, just allowing you to reposition around the battlefield, was something that you got with this class that you couldn't really get with a couple of the other ones. Maybe the Guardian, but you know, they all look at you when you're doing it. So I don't know. I really fucked with the Ranger. Next was the Engineer. The Engineer had turrets, and you could even get like up to 4 of them, I'm pretty sure. But you start with 2. You get 2 little turret guys that fly around with you and shoot as well. And then your ability is like this little laser beam thing, which was okay. It didn't really do that much, but the Engineer was definitely my other main. I used the Engineer and the Ranger the most by far. And then we had Recon. Recon was weird. I used this one like maybe once or twice, and then I never touched it again. He basically has a blank forward, like a teleport forward, and it would explode around you. But I couldn't really find the use for this guy, because maybe you use it to just evade damage all the time, but I would try to use it to charge into them and then just like explode them. I don't know. I didn't really find a good use for this one. I didn't really like it that much. And then there was one more that I could get, but I haven't unlocked him yet, so I don't know what it does. But there is one more class. I've been trying to unlock it. I can't remember how to, or how to figure out how to, but I'm just trying to get through the game, honestly. Like, I've been just trying to beat the game. I don't even know if there is an end, but fuck, it's hard, man. On hard mode, anyways. One of the best things about Roboquest is the amount of weapons you can combo, right? Dude, there is actually over like 50 weapons, I'm almost positive, in this game. And since you have 2 weapon slots, that means, you know, 50 times 2 is 100. So there's like over 100 possibilities of combos of weapons, which is just so cool. And the fact that enemies drop them all the time, you're always running into a chest that has weapons in it. You're just able to swap weapons on the fly so often in this game, which is what I like about it. It's not something you just choose at the start and then you're stuck with the whole time. You're constantly flipping your gun layout, so it's so cool. Let me talk about a few of the guns I really enjoyed. I like the dual Uzis. You know, I just didn't think they were that effective at far range. Obviously, there was a perk on some of the classes as well where you could lower your weapon slots to 1, but they would do exponentially more damage. So I had this run going where I had the Uzis, and then I had the perk where akimbo weapons do more damage, and you know, I had like tighter spread and all this other bullshit on the Uzis, and they were slaying. And then I obviously died at, you know, close to the end. I think that was the moon run, actually, where I got to the moon. I cannot remember exactly, but yeah, I like the Uzis a lot. I like the KSAR SMG a lot. It was like this energy SMG that was pretty good. I thought the junk rifle was okay. The junk rifle is basically just like an AK-47. I like the Cosmo gun. It was like this little energy pistol thing. The Hurricane rifle was kind of like the KSAR SMG, but it's like a rifle version of this energy powered SMG. I like the Valkyrie rifle. It was like this automatic rifle. The Vulture rifle was basically that, but a single shot version. The miniguns were both fun to use. The Typhoon and the Mammoth, they were like bullet ones and energy ones, were very good. The Bandito gun was one of my favorites in the game. All it is a revolver, but it's badass, man. It's Western, it's cowboy. It does a lot of damage. It hits a satisfying headshot dink when you headshot somebody. The Sheriff's Carbine, basically it's like a lever action rifle. Not lever action, but it's like a semi-auto rifle with a hammer. Very fun to use. All the snipers were pretty good as well. The Shark Sniper, the Ionic Sniper were very good. I really liked the flamethrower, or I think it's called the Kramer, right? Kramer was very good. The Junk Beam was one of my favorites. It's like this giant fucking laser of just death in front of you. The Cyclone Rifle was basically what the Jackals used from Halo 2 campaign. The Beam Rifle Sniper, it was basically that. It had this really cool secondary fire option too, where you could send out this orb and then you snipe it with the rifle for like a burst of explosion damage. Very sick. The Sonic Crossbow was pretty cool. It reminded me of something from Doom. And the Gauss Rifle, of course, that's what it's called. The Gauss Rifle, it's a precision weapon. You charge it up. It has like a slow charge up, but then you could just keep dinking people with it. And then it would even sometimes come with this affix called ricochet, right? Where if you headshotted some or got like a crit shot, the crit bullet would ricochet off and then harm another enemy, which was so nice, man. Because you could just keep headshotting with this thing and then just weaken the whole army of robots and then just slowly take them out. I love this goddamn gun so much. Highly recommend it on any run through. It's always going to be useful. What's also funny about Roboquest is there's melee weapons in this game. I feel like there's just more of a meme than anything, at least on hard mode. I feel like I just could not make any good use out of these melee weapons. Like, you don't really want to be barrel stuffing the enemy in this game because you can get stunned and all sorts of different stuff. But yeah, I feel like the melee weapons were just not good to take at all. Maybe you can make them work with a specific class, but I really just didn't experiment with them all that much. I just felt like they were useless. I would much rather have a gun that I could shoot something from far away rather than have to run all the way up and close the distance to melee them to kill them. I don't know. Maybe it's just my playstyle, but I could not make use of these things. Another cool thing about Roboquest is the fact that you can get perma-unlock gadgets in this game. So you could get these things called gadgets where they would basically all add onto your base kit. No matter what class you used, you always had them equipped. I had one called Pogo Stick, which is basically just Baptiste's boots from Overwatch. You hold crouch to load it up, and once it's fully loaded, you get a super jump, right? So you can jump way higher. And then you can honestly get high ground in this game a lot of the time, and there's a lot of secrets as well as secret exploration things you can do to get other weapons or other stuff, or certain wrenches or lore pieces or whatever. I had one called the Roar, which if you grind on a rail, it gives you like a movement speed increase afterwards. I had one called the Hero Cape, which you could stomp on. You could stop, like if you're in the air, you could stomp onto enemies that are in the air, which is really cool as well. It's like a Mario Goomba stomp. I had a business briefcase where you could get one power cell from leveling up, which was obviously very useful because you could use them throughout every single run. I had a jetpack to add another jump, so I had a triple jump instead of a double jump. I don't know, man. I just really like this. It's just another way to make the game even more versatile. All that being said, guys, I mean, that's pretty much all I'm going to say about Roboquest. For an indie game from an indie developer, it kicks fucking ass, man. It's obviously... I thought it was really replayable at first, and I was having a lot of fun with it. But honestly, buy this game, guys. Like, it's super cheap, not that expensive. It's a lot of fun hours. A lot of good aim training can come from this game. And I'd be willing to check out anything else this studio makes or this company makes. Man, I really liked Roboquest for the time I put into it. I'm definitely gonna go back one of these days and try to beat it as well. I might just throw out a normal or easy or whatever, and then just play through for the story mode. I guess I'll talk about the story a little bit here. I actually have no idea what's going on in it. Basically, there's this NPC girl, Max, I believe her name is. There's robots, they're taking over. You need to stop the robot takeover. Bing, bang, boom, dun, dun, dun. That is it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the story breakdown there. No, but seriously, show the developers some love. Buy this game, or maybe even just play it on Game Pass like I did. I was going to buy it on Steam, and then I realized like my progress wouldn't carry over, so I just didn't do that. I would have bought it on Steam, honestly, because I think it's on a Steam sale right now as well for like $12, which is definitely worth it, man. Roboquest is sick. Oh, one of the things I forgot to mention that I didn't do is you can actually play this game in co-op with one other friend, so that's not something I did. I would have liked to try it, but I just never got around to it. But yeah, try this game in multiplayer. If you've played the multiplayer, comment down below. Let me know how fun it is. I haven't tried it, but it sounds really fun. Holy shit, I forgot to mention the soundtrack and the way the soundtrack works, guys. I know I say it in every single video I do, but honestly, it's only because I play games with badass soundtracks. But yeah, the soundtrack, the original soundtrack in this game is so good. Like, level 1 is great. All of the levels are really great, but what I love most about it is, like, it like loops the intro when you're in a non-hostile area, right? Like when you're in like the shop areas or in the beginning areas or in those middle sections where, the combat sort of breaks up. It kind of loops the beginning right when you come out of combat too. It goes soft. And then as soon as you open the doors to go into combat again, the beat drops and it continues with the sound. It is so fucking well designed, man. I cannot get over that. That is one thing every single time I come back to Roboquest, RoboQuest I really, really, really enjoy is the soundtrack. And just the way the beat drops as soon as you get into the combat zone and start shooting shit up is just such an underrated fucking part of this game. Very, very sick, man. Very, very fucking cool. A plus, S plus on the sound design for RoboQuest, whoever worked on it. Good shit, man. I seriously, like, not enough props I can give you for that. When it comes to things that just make a game come together, a soundtrack is just so underrated. And it just added so much immersion to that when the beat drops. And it's something you really wouldn't even think about when making a game, but it's just those little things that go into a game that you just, it's just chef's kiss, man. A fucking mozzarella Italia, you know what I mean? I fucking love it. If you're a Jerry App listener, you know we have 2 more segments left, and we're going to get into one of them right now, and it's Retard of the Week, of course. Retard of the Week is making a comeback this week. We don't have a specific comment. I'm trying to look up negative reviews about this game on Steam, and all of the fucking comments are just saying how it's not as good as Gunfire Reborn. Apparently, Gunfire Reborn is another roguelike FPS game that I've been seeing it a lot. I know what it is. I haven't played it. I didn't look too much into it, but I do know what it is. I do plan on playing it eventually, but yeah, all of the negative comments are people just saying that it's not as good as that, it's not in depth as that. So yeah, I can't really single out a specific comment this week. So here's what I will say for Retard of the Week. People are saying it's like Call of Duty combat and shit. It's like, okay, bro, this game is that's what it is. It's just shooting. Like, it's just waves of arenas of bots that you shoot. Like, is that not what it is? Like, that's, I don't know. I feel like that's pretty much like what the game advertised as. It's not trying to be anything more than that. And I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like it's overhated. Like, it has overwhelmingly positive reviews, right? So not a majority of the people feel like this. There's just a certain group of people that just are hating on this game for some reason. I just don't understand why. So yeah, Retard of the Week goes out to those guys who think it's supposed to be something more in depth and grand. I mean, it's an indie title, guys. Like, people worked hard on this game, man, and it wasn't for some corporation. So you got to give props where it's due, man. Like, you just got to respect indie developers, man. You know, they don't have the same resources or time, I'm sure, that a lot of the corpos have. So get off their dicks, man. You're all retards of the week this week, okay? Fuck you guys. And on to our last segment, which I'm now coining Game Report. We're going to coin a Game Report because it sounds better than what am I playing this week. So yeah, this week's Game Report coming in live now. We've been playing Overwatch, man. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch, been playing a lot of Comp Open Queue. That's my game. I love that shit. I was really into Marvel Rivals, but now I'm not. I just really wanted to climb to Diamond and try out the hero band system, which is honestly, I've been saying Overwatch needs a hero band system forever, so I really wanted to try it when it came to Rivals, so that's what I did. I hard carried myself to Diamond, tried out the bands for a little bit, and I really love it, man. I was perma-banning Luna Snow because that bitch is broken. Her ultimate is fucking way too broken. But yeah, I love the fact that you can control the game flow with player bans. That's what it should have been in Overwatch, man, instead of their fucking chosen bans or whatever that they did way back then. So yeah, I was really, really into Rivals, but now I'm just sick of it, man. I think supports are way too strong in Rivals. I think Overwatch is the better game. I'll say it. I don't care. Overwatch, yes, it lacks some quality updates that are, you know, more common and like industry standards, sure. But when it finally adds those, it's definitely the better game. And it always has been and it always will be. Don't care. Fight me on that. I've been playing a lot of Deadlock. Deadlock has fucking consumed me, guys. I've been getting my ass absolutely fucking pounded and raped when it comes to Deadlock. But man, it's been a fun learning experience, man. And I've seen myself improve over the last week. I've maybe played at least 20 games so far this week, and then before that I've played like 10, so I think I'm like 30 or 40 games in to my Deadlock career. But I figured, you know what, this game, when it comes out, I'm going to want to grind the fuck out of it anyway because I'm really, really interested in it. So I just figured, you know what? I might as well try to teach myself the game now. Then when it comes to official release, I'll be much better equipped to then play the game at that time. So that's kind of what I've been just thinking there. But I've just been having so much fun with it, man. I really love MOBAs. Like, I really like Pokemon Unite. I just wish I could play it on something that wasn't the Switch or my phone. I wish it was on PC because then maybe I'd play it more. I like League of Legends, but then again, I really don't. I mean, it's so it's not complicated, but I don't know. It's just frustrating. Deadlock is kind of frustrating too, but I don't know, man. I just really, really like the game. I think third-person hero shooter mixed with MOBA elements, that's like brilliant. I think it's very, very fun. So that's what I've been playing mostly is a lot of Deadlock. Just Deadlock and Overwatch, Deadlocker Watch, or Overlock, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's the game report this week, man. That's what we've been playing, and I don't know what next week's episode is going to be. So I broke out the DS for another game I'm going to try to beat in a week. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's the game report. Would I recommend Roboquest after all? I would give it a Robo yes. Right, folks? Am I right? This is a comedy podcast. We're out here doing comedy. But yeah, I would recommend it, seriously. Like it's a good starter game for the boomer shooter genre, you know. If you're into this genre or if you like roguelikes, yeah, sure, I'd give it a try. I wouldn't say it's the best like FPS I've ever played, but it's definitely worth a couple playthroughs, especially if you have Game Pass and can just download the game. Go ahead and do it, man. Go ahead and do it there. So yeah, that's it, guys. Curtains closed. Curtains are dropping. The show is now over. Don't forget to drink water, you fat piece of shit. Don't forget to exercise, you fat piece of shit. As always, stay hydrated. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. Have a nice weekend. Goodbye, peace. Goodbye, peace.